The choice that you make every day can either be your best friend or the worst enemy. You know, we do make a lot of choices every day. We make choices of what to eat, we make choices of where to work, choices of who to marry, choices of whether to go to school or not, choices of whether to marry a certain lady. And any choice that we make in our life either brings a positive impact or a negative impact in our life. We come to this world when we are all the same. We are all naked. We are all scared and ignorant of our surrounding when we come to this world. When we are still little children, our parents start making choices for us. The parents start making choices of what we can eat, what we can drink. The parents start making choices of whether they can take us on a certain school or not. Our parents start making choices of the kind of the clothes that we can be wearing. Even they make choices of a given church that we have to be attending. And as we continue growing up, we start making different choices for ourselves. And because of the choice that we make, that is why we start getting different. That is why you find that you're different from somebody else. You grow up with a certain person. You're of the same age. You ate the same food. You grew in the same village. But as you continue growing, you find yourself that you're different because you took and decided to have different choices. Let me give you a small example. Most of the African countries are poor, struggling with poverty. They're struggling, they have a lot of conflicts, they have a lot of tribal wars. And when you go to some other countries, they're living peaceful, they are developed, they have a lot of technology. But when God was creating all these people, they were all the same. But because they took different choices, that's why they look different. Any kind of a choice that we make, either good or bad, brings either a negative or a positive impact to our life. We are all living in the current situation, in the current life, because of the choices that we made. Even right now, you've made some choices of which video to watch. On your screen, there is a lot of different videos that you could have chosen. But you've just chose to come and watch Edezze TV. We choose choices of who to marry. And sometimes when we make wrong choices, we end up living miserably because of our partner, because we've chosen in a wrong way. We make choices of whether to take our kids to school, whether we can go to college or not. And sometimes people think that they can be there without making choices. It's possible that you can be there without making choices, but when you don't make any choice, it's like you're ready to receive everything that you're being given, whether good or bad. Anything that comes to you, you have to be ready for it. You have to be ready to accept it. When you don't make any choice, it's like there will be somebody who will be deciding for you what to eat, what to drink, where to go to school, who to marry. It's like you don't think for yourself. So, not making a choice, it's also a choice itself. The choices that we make are the best friend or the worst enemy in life. If we all come to this world the same, why is it people look differently from the other? Why is it someone is maybe rich in your community and there is other people who are very poor because of the choice that those people made? Some people think that maybe God has blessed the other person than them, that maybe a certain group of people were cursed and a certain group of people were given blessing. But it's a big no. We live in a certain life because of the choice that we make. Sometimes the current life that you're living in, it's because of the wrong or the right choices that were taken by your parents. For instance, a lot of people lives in Western countries. They find themselves refugees in those countries. And they didn't take a part. They didn't decide whether to go into those countries. They just found themselves into those countries. But the fact is that those people are living into those countries because of the choices that were made by a certain group of people. When you don't make any choice, somebody else makes choices for you. When you don't think for yourself, somebody will be there thinking for you. When you don't go to work, somebody will make a choice of working and feeding you and choosing what to feed you. When you don't train your kids, somebody will make a choice of choosing what to train your kids. In fact, somebody will be choosing for you. Somebody will be choosing for you even something you couldn't be choosing for yourself. The choice that you make every day is very important. Any slight choice that you make will either affect you in a positive way or in a negative way. There is a statement that I've mentioned up that when you don't make choice or when you don't think for yourself, other people will make choices for you and think for you. And I know it might confuse you, but let me give you a slight example of my own country, Democratic Republic of Congo. We have a lot of minerals. We have minerals like gold, coltan, diamond, a lot of minerals. But the citizens themselves of Congo decided to keep on fighting. They decided to have conflicts amongst themselves. They decided to have wars for a long period of time. Because they chose that, the neighboring countries decided to come and intervene, decided to come and steal the minerals and have those minerals more productive, because the people of Congo are not using those minerals productively. When our countries decide or choose to fight one another, then people become refugees. The Western countries start thinking of how they can use those people productive. That is when you find those Western countries are bringing refugees to their own countries. And when they reach into those countries, they start working for them. They start working into those industries. They make them to have more productive ways, because their own countries didn't see that. So when you don't make any choice, when you don't choose, somebody will be there to choose for you, to think for you. And you have to be ready to receive everything, to accept everything. When you don't feed yourself, somebody will choose what to feed you. When you make choice of not to go to school, at a certain point, somebody will choose of what to translate for you. Somebody will be translating either in a good way or in a bad way because of the choice that you made. We live in a given life because of the choice that we make. Any slight choice that you make count, either good or bad. Any kind of a choice that we make in our life brings either a positive outcome or a negative outcome. So it's better for everybody to be ready to take choices for himself.